Hi there, everybody. Forward Progress here. I wanted to just record a little update for everybody on what's been happening and kind of future direction of things. So, first of all, I'm sure many of you have seen this already if you follow me on certain social media platforms and such, but um, myself and Nova Rose have decided to make the very difficult decision to break up. So we will no longer be together as a romantic couple. Um, this is a decision that did not come easily or lightly. And I want to stress for everybody this is a situation where there are no villains. Nobody did anything wrong. Essentially, the two of us came to a mutual agreement that our life paths were heading in different directions, and we felt before going into what was going to be a marriage together to call it now rather than face a potentially terrible situation in the future where we might be worse off, as so to speak. Where one of us might want to go one way and another goes another way, and this could cause problems in the future. And instead of allowing for that, we decided now was the best time. So that is a big thing that's been going on and has been on my mind. But there's been other things that have been going on lately, so I kind of wanted to let you guys in a little bit. And I wondered how much of this I was actually going to talk about and how much I wasn't. And I very much view my life as an open book. I don't hide very many things. And even when I'm going through struggles, I've kind of felt that by being open in my personal struggles and going through them and coming out the other side, I hope that it shows others out there that it's okay to have these times where you struggle and other people feel these feelings and go through these experiences too. So, um, first off, one thing that happened was an old friend of mine who has the same immunodeficiency disease that I do um, got the Delta variant. And just like me, this person was fully vaxxed. And I'm not going to lie, guys, it scared me um, very much and gave me a lot of anxiety about what to do out there in the world. Just seeing his posts and his updates about symptoms he was getting and how it was making him feel definitely frightened me. And now I will say he's recovered, he's doing okay now. And I have since talked to my doctor about it, and the way that he put it to me, or they put it to me, I should say, because there were several people I talked to about it, was that they're um, they have not seen any cases where people have been worse off with coronavirus with my condition. And anybody who has gotten it has made a full recovery. So that's been a relief, but it's definitely been a big factor on my mind and some decision making lately. And also a trigger for a lot of anxiety. Um, Shortly after that happened, a contact that I had encountered in the fandom that I hadn't seen in years, but somebody I had met a couple of times and was part of a convention that I had attended and gotten the pleasure to present at years ago. Unfortunately, lost his life very tragically, and that came as a definite shock, even when death hits of somebody, even if they're not somebody that you know well, anybody you've come in contact with, especially a tragic death like this, it it definitely hit home very much. Um, it's not the first time that I've had something like this happen with somebody I knew, and it definitely hit home. Um, a few other things that have been going on. My mother was in the hospital for a little while. They found some new heart conditions that she has, and a couple potentially other conditions that are going to need to get monitored. And she's out of the hospital now, and as far as I know, is doing all right. Um, but it's definitely given pause on a few things, and it's definitely given me some things to think about. On top of that, let's see, what else has happened. I got shorted for my paycheck at work, which compared to the other things really wasn't much, but definitely another big stress-inducing thing. I got my money back, so that was good, but it's very stress-inducing for a little bit. And the biggest thing lately that's happened is for a little bit we didn't have hot water in our apartment here, and we found out through investigating that the basement of the building that we've been renting has standing water, black mold growing, and a very probable sewage backup that's affecting the water system. So currently, we are in a very interesting scenario of trying to figure out moving out of here as soon as we can. Um, and trying to kind of balance life with no water because it's not safe to use the water in our own home. So, needless to say, my life has been very stressful over the last month or so. All of these things have happened pretty much all at once, just one right after the other, right after the other, right after the other. We're in a very interesting time right now. We have a lot of things we have to figure out and decisions to make very quickly that we were not planning to need to make for quite a while. Um, with Rose and I no longer being a couple, we're working towards living apart now. And that original plan was going to happen months in the future. Now it's going to happen very rapidly. Um, and definitely something I was not prepared financially for. So that's something I have to kind of figure out of where I'm going to live, how I'm going to find a place, and what it's going to look like. And I honestly don't know at this point. Um, so we'll talk a little bit about what's going on content wise and going into the future here. So, needless to say, the podcast has been in hiatus for a little bit, and a lot of our content really has, due to all of the factors that I have mentioned. Um, Things have been incredibly stressful. It's definitely triggered a lot of my depression and anxiety that I've talked openly about. That is something that I have. And while for the most part I can deal with it, times of immense stress brings it back hardcore. So it's been a little difficult for me to create lately. That being said, I do have plans for new content. I do have plans to continue keeping Friendship Magic and continue the podcast here. Rose and I are working through our separation, and we still care about each other very much, and we still plan to remain friends and remain close. And um, our hope is to can be able to continue making content together. It's going to take a little time for us to figure out what that looks like. So you might see some different iterations on setups for the podcast or for panels or such coming up here while we kind of work through that, because it's going to take us a little time to adjust to, this new kind of just our new relationship, so to speak. That being said, couple things. I had to make the decision to. I'm not going to be attending Ponyville Cider Fest. I had really wanted to go, but when I thought about it, um, there was way too much uncertainty, and financially, it didn't make sense, because especially now that I need to essentially find a way to come up with a security deposit of money and figure out living solo now. That's a definite change in my financial situation. So I didn't feel it was fair for me to throw a bunch of applications to Charlie and team on staff and then have to pull out because of all the uncertainty. I do want to wish everybody who will be attending the best time. It's a great convention. I was pleased so much to be able to finally be a part of it last year. I do hope to attend in future years. This year is not going to happen for me. Um, I am hoping to do some online convention work coming up. Um, I'm targeting TrotCon in December as the next in-person event to do. Um, Obviously, the extent of what content I'll be able to do will depend heavily on what happens in the coming weeks here. We have a lot that we're going to be needing to do very quickly. So, and things could change rapidly depending on what we find. We have situations we have to work with our landlord and a whole number of factors right now. So, I just ask for patience and understanding from everybody. Um, I'm sorry that things have been in hiatus. I really want to get more content out to you guys. Doing this project means the world to me, and having everyone's support has really meant a lot. Um, it's not been easy lately, and I'm gonna try to do my best to get everything settled and get back, land on the ground, and get back to making some content for you. I have a few ideas of things that might sporadically get released coming up, if I can find it in me to sit down and record. Um, I think just the number of times I've said in this video might tell you how kind of things are right now. I didn't script this at all. This is very off the cuff. I just wanted to record something for all of you, because you guys mean the world to me, and having your support for this project and this message of keeping friendship magic and what we do, um, it I can't express just how much it means to me. So, um, rest assured, we'll be continuing to move on. We're just going to need a little time, and I do encourage everybody to continue to support Nova Rose through all of this as well. While we may no longer be romantically together, I care about her so much, and she's starting out her new venture into VTubing on Twitch, so definitely check her out. I want to see her succeed. Um, yeah. Um, so I'll be posting here and there, and hopefully getting some things rolling here. But we'll, just have a little patience and understanding while life gets settled, and hopefully we'll have more updates and hopefully some more positive news to share in the coming days, weeks, months, etc. Otherwise, though, I love you guys. Remember to keep friendship magic always, and I will talk with you guys again soon. Take care.